Bruh, am I the only one who's lost count of how many times Joe Rogan's been canceled? Well, boys, it's that time of year again, and you guessed it, it's cancel season. Today's daily cancellation is Joe Rogan for like the 87th time this month. The two parties involved in this newest cancellation of Joe Rogan is Joe Rogan himself and the gaming community. And you know, this is a tough one, boys, I gotta say, because I personally do identify as a gamer, you know? I've been gaming ever since I came out my mom's vagina hole, you know? Ever since then, I've just been bodying niggas on the sticks, you know? So when I saw that my fellow gaming community was rising up against Joe Rogan for some comments he said on his podcast recently, I was a little bit stuck in the middle about it, you know? Because not only do I enjoy gaming, but I also do enjoy watching his podcast, you know? It's a pretty good podcast. And that's not saying that I agree with everything he says just because I enjoy his podcast sometimes, because, you know, some of the things that he says are so retarded, I just turn it off. Like, sometimes I think that this man is kind of special with the things that he says sometimes, but you know, I enjoy it occasionally. And call me a darn scientist, my nigga, because I was just observing, you know? I just took a good old step back, and you know, I really had to use my knowledge in cockology for this one, you know? I really had to put that cockology master's degree to work for this one, but after days of observing, I think I've finally figured out what's going on here, and I just want to explain my thoughts. So the majority of you have probably already seen the clip of what's making all these gamers so viciously angry, so angry that they have to go out their way to just cancel this. But you know, if you haven't seen it, I'll play it real quick.
Sometimes kids have to see that. Right. And if their parents are living a bullshit life and their neighbors live in a bullshit life and most of their family lives a bullshit life, they just lay around, you know, and then they seek refuge in drugs or video games or something that stimulates them. And video games are a real problem. They're a real problem. You know why? Because they're fun.
Addictive.
And you don't, I have a real problem with them. And you do them and they're real exciting, but you don't get anywhere. You could learn jujitsu. You get obsessed by jiu-jitsu, and then 3 years later, you're like an elite jiu-jitsu athlete. You're entering in competitions. You're a purple belt.
You're moving up.
Yeah, you're doing well. Right. You're thinking like, I might be able to open my own school one day.
You got confidence.
Yeah, if I have 100 students and those 100 students are paying me X amount of dollars per month, I can make a living. Holy shit, I can have this would be amazing. And then you see your jiu-jitsu school, and your jiu-jitsu instructor has all these students and drives a Mercedes, and he's got a nice family, and like, that's the future. This way, you're doing something exciting and fun, and you don't. Or you could just be playing video games. 3 years later, you could be that same kid.
It's a big battle in the house. Yes. And my kids, I don't know if you're going through this, but my kids are now saying, "Well, Dad, this guy made all this money with this video game. That's
real too. That's real too now.
So like, that's 1 in a billion, kid."
So I'm not gonna lie, Joe has sort of a valid point. I can totally see where he's coming from, because I feel like the majority of people that aren't gamers just see gaming as a waste of time and something that's non-productive, and it's not gonna get you anywhere, right? But think about it, and I know a lot of people have probably said the same thing, but is it really a waste of time if you're enjoying yourself? You know, because if you're enjoying it, it's not a waste of time to you. Now think about it. Joe's podcast here could be considered a waste of time because you're not gaining any useful knowledge from it. You're not being productive. You're being entertained. But really, are you gonna take anything that you learned from his podcast and apply it to the real world? You know, that's what a lot of people say about video games. Are you learning something that you can apply to the real world in real world situations? Now, those people would say no. I would disagree. But for their point, if they were to say no, that's basically the majority of entertainment. You're not learning anything from going to the movies and watching a movie, or sitting on your couch and watching Netflix all night. What are you gaining from that? What knowledge are you learning from watching a TV show? What can you apply from that to the real world? You know, and at the end of the day, it's all just entertainment, and it's not gonna take you that far if you just solely rely on that, you know? And now that I actually think about it, video games have taught me more than any other form of entertainment has. So in my opinion, I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with this, but I would say say video games are more productive than any other form of entertainment. Now that's to an extent though, because let's be honest. All right, if we're sitting around playing COD all day, which also join the Discord. I made a new Discord and I'm gonna be playing with subscribers on Modern Warfare. So yeah, if you haven't joined the Discord, it's probably gonna be the pinned comment and also the links in the description. Yes, if you have a fat cock, I would join that Discord server. It's the least gay Discord server on the planet. That's besides the point. If you're sitting around playing COD all day and getting absolutely nothing done, then Joe's point here is kind of valid. Like, you can't even lie about that. If you're getting absolutely nothing done and you're just playing video games all day, then yes, you know, you're not being productive. You might be enjoying it and that's fine, but I think it's just a thing of time management. You know, us gamers struggle with time management for the majority of us, and we really need to work on time management so we can prove all these video games aren't productive type niggas wrong, you know? So yeah, in my opinion, video games are more productive than any other source of entertainment to an extent, because once it hits the extreme of getting absolutely nothing done and it just becomes kind of a burden almost, then that, you know, the productivity isn't there and we're just kind of proving these people right. And then Joe's other point for gaming as a career, first off, I don't know who the dude he was talking to was, but that nigga's retarded. I don't know if he was dropped on his head as a kid or he got his head stuck in a washing machine when he was like 7 or something, but that nigga's stupid. Okay, so don't listen to him when he said gaming as a career only comes like once in a billion or whatever he said. Okay, that was stupid. But what Joe was saying, what Joe was saying was that it would be more likely to become a jujitsu teacher, basically, right? He was saying you can get really into jujitsu and then open up your own school and all of that. You know, you got a nice Mercedes and a good old family. You know, you come home from the job and the wife got all the sandwiches cooked up, you know, all that good stuff. And I see the point that he was trying to make, but it just kind of fell flat, because if you put it in perspective, jujitsu has physical boundaries, you know? So to become a jujitsu teacher, for one, it's gonna take longer and you have to meet those physical requirements, right? Anyone at any age can play video games. As long as you can comprehend it, I'd say at a young age, you can begin to comprehend video games, right? And there are no physical boundaries for the most part, right? So basically anyone can play video games, but not everyone can become a jujitsu teacher or even pursue jujitsu as a career or anything like that, right? So I'd say that it's more likely to make a career off of gaming than jujitsu. So the point that he made of jujitsu and all of that, it was kind of stupid. I didn't like that he tried to compare those two, but I get what he was trying to say. If you just used another example, it would have came across better. So yes, my long cock brethren, I'd say that us gamers really just need to work on time management and just prove all of these video games aren't productive type niggas wrong, you know? I just want to say that if you're new to the channel, you should subscribe. Only if you enjoy the content though. If you didn't enjoy the video, don't subscribe. Just, you know, watch another video and see if you enjoy that one. But yes, if you did enjoy this video, you know, consider subscribing and press the notification bell. It's totally free, no cost to you. And also give this video a like rating. It really helps out. And you know, I got y'all with the little tutorial, you know. If you currently have a small penis, you know, you can determine whatever small is. But if you think your PP-'s pretty small, I have a fat cock tutorial. See, what you need to do is you need to go in the comment section, right? You need to comment 69 and boom, your dong is instantly 6 inches longer and you are now a fat cock nigga. And you know, if you have a fat dong, you should join the Discord, link in the description. It's for all of my long dong brethren. But yes, join the Discord server, like and sub if you enjoyed the content, and remember the classic saying, if you're wearing Spider-Man socks, it's not gay.